What's up, guys? Blade Master here. You're watching the Wolf of Remus channel, and this is the second of two battles that I fought against Attila the Great. This was actually played a long time ago, and I just really wanted to bring it to you guys because this was a really fun battle to play. So, I have taken Odrysian Kingdom, and Attila the Great has taken Rome. So, this is going to be fought on the map of Rugion. It's a pretty fun map, a couple of forests on either side. It seems quite fair and, not a completely flatland map like Nemetisena. So, with the Odrysian Kingdom, I've brought a slightly unorthodox build. First of all, I've gone pretty skirmisher heavy, and second, I've gone pretty cav heavy too. I brought a total of 7 cavalry, including 3 Thracian cavalry, 1 on my left, 1 in the center, and 1 on my right. And then I've brought a total of 4 melee cav, 2 Thracian horsemen, and 2 Thracian royal cav on either flank. Sorry, 1 Thracian horseman and 1 Thracian royal cav on each flank. Anyways, my skirmisher line is going to be composed of total 6 units, including 3 Peltasts, Thracian Peltasts, who are going to be interspersed with my Thracian slingers, who are also 3 in number. My Thracian Peltasts cost around 480, so they're on the much more expensive side of skirmish units, and I'm really counting on them to win this game for me. Besides them, I brought a total of 4 Thracian warriors, 2 on my left and 2 on my right, and then 2 Thracian nobles up in the center. I've also brought 1 mercenary Dacian spearman unit as a cav counter and maybe like an arrow fodder or charge bait or something like that. Anyways, Attila has brought a total of 4 auxiliary infantry, 2 up in front as frontline arrow fodder, and 2 protecting his cav flanks, 1 of whom is completely hidden in the forest. Besides them, he's brought a total of 5 avocadi cohorts, 1 of whom is hidden, a total of 4 auxiliary Syrian archers, again 1 of whom is hidden, 2 Hastadi, 1 of whom is hidden, and a total of 3 auxiliary cav and 1 legionary cav and 1 general and bodyguard unit. Now I'm going to move my Thracian cavalry pretty aggressively and start taking some shots on his auxiliary cav. They're going to charge and take the bait and charge up a little bit, but I believe he pulls them back. Yeah, that's a smart move. No point in wasting time with my Thracian cav. I'm doing the same strategy on this flank as well, so he's forced to move up. And what I've done over here is I've put my troops on an angle or at an angle compared to his troops. The reason I did this is because I saw that he had a lot of archers, so I would lose the skirmish battle right off the bat. So instead of going putting a defensive line headlong, I would instead make it at an angle. So some of my units will be in range of some of his units, or fewer of his units. So it might give my people more time to kill off his troops and suffer less casualties from archer fire. Here he's advancing with his troops, and I'm going to set my mercenary Dacian spears to attack his auxiliary cav. I'm moving my Thracian horsemen back, and I'm going to try and attack these guys with my Thracian royal cav. Meanwhile, my Thracian cav are going to start taking some shots on his general and bodyguard, and that's always a nice thing to have. It's a nice option to have Jav cav just for that reason. So my Thracian royal cav has charged headlong into his auxiliary cav. I've also brought a mercenary Dacian spearman there to kill off his auxiliary cav much quicker. He has brought 1 avocadi cohort, which is going to destroy my mercenary Dacian spearman. But meanwhile, I've got a unit of Thracian peltasts who are just going to start showering them with javelins. I've also brought a Thracian warrior to help out in this battle. They are still very effective against cavalry despite the fact that they don't have that bonus. It's just because their weapon damage and melee attack charge bonus, everything is so good that they'll always have a good use. One of my Thracian cav charged into his auxiliary Syrian archers and killed off 1 unit of them. And I'm going to do the same thing at the same time with another one of my Thracian cav. Meanwhile, one of my Thracian peltasts is going to keep shooting these guys. I can be safe, or I can feel safe putting these guys pretty, without any cover, because they have really good melee attack and weapon damage and stuff. But here he's moving up with his avocadi cohorts, and he's kept his non-shielded angle or non-shielded flank at my favorable angle. And he turns around at the last minute. I was about to flank charge in with all my units, and he turns around with most of them at the last minute. But these guys are in a very deep formation, which would allow my out of formation attack units to get better flank shots at them. I've also set one of my Thracian nobles to attack these guys completely in the rear, so they're going to do a whole bunch of damage. Meanwhile, my Thracian Royal Cav, I haven't been microing them as well, and they've gotten caught with these auxiliary infantry. I do have one Thracian warrior which should attack them as soon as possible. Over here, the Cav flank has basically been wiped out and it's going in my favor. These Thracian Royal Cav have withstood a lot of punishment, and it's given me enough time to use my extra Thracian horsemen to try and chase off some of his archers. They did get caught by this auxiliary infantry, but I have a Thracian warrior to help support that. That's the general theme that I was following in this battle. A Thracian warrior to support everywhere, basically. My Thracian nobles, though, don't need any sort of support. One of them has completely destroyed one of those avocatis, but my general is taking a bunch of losses, and that's something that, Odrysian Kingdom has a slightly bigger weakness in that aspect, especially against Rome. Avocatis who can last for a long time and deal a bunch of damage. Thracian nobles will lose to them eventually. I read somewhere on the forums that these guys can lose to two thorax swordsmen if they both fought headlong, and that's just because they don't have a lot of lasting power. But that's alright. I've mopped up a lot of his infantry, so for this battle it doesn't really matter too much. My Thracian Peltasts, who've just done an incredibly versatile role in this battle, they stopped his Hastati and Avocati cohorts for quite a while, considering they're a skirmish unit, and that gave me enough time to move my Thracian slingers behind and get some more shots off on them. And now my mercenary Dacian spearman is also back, and so he can attack them and hold them off for a bit longer. One of my Thracian cavalry, whom I didn't use at all in this game, has complete ammo, and now I was just realizing in the midst of this battle, I was like, oh my god, I just fucked up. But here his Hastati are going to start trying to charge into my Thracian slingers and my Thracian Peltasts. Those Thracian Peltasts are doing a bunch of damage. They're shooting some crazy javelins into these heavily armored avocatis, so they will get a lot of kills eventually. My Thracian noble Gen has been surrounded, and he's going to fight to the death. He's got 120 kills, so that's not bad. And I do have one more Thracian noble that's got a lot more men, and it's already got 125 kills. But here is where the Thracian Peltasts are going to shine. You know what, let me take this off that and let me put it first on cinematic mode, and boom. So this is where they're going to shine. These guys are perfect for rear charging low tier melee units like Hastati, and especially at late game, they will do a bunch of damage. You can see them getting a lot of kills, and that's because they have really good weapon damage and pretty decent melee attack for a skirmisher unit, and that's what you're paying the high cost for. So in that sense, I would say that they definitely repaid their cost. They broke this Hastati with their timely charge, and that's going to turn this little infantry fight completely in my favor. His Avocati cohorts are going to die to my Thracian Peltasts too, because just few men, low HP, same stuff. And his auxiliary cav are going to take a lot of damage from my Thracian nobles. Meanwhile, my increased maneuverability with my extra cav is going to pay off. I've got one extra Thracian horseman that's going to charge into his auxiliary cav. Both of them have similar... No, actually, the Thracian auxiliary cav have a lot fewer cavalry numbers compared to my Thracian horsemen, so they will lose to them. I do have an extra Thracian warrior here that was attacking his auxiliary infantry, so they're basically full strength. I also have basically a full strength Thracian Peltast who's going to try and keep attacking some of these cav and this general and bodyguard. A general and bodyguard unit would be perfect bait for these guys because they're still skirmishes at the end of the day, so your opponent might be sucked into charging at them, which it looks like Attila is going to charge at them too. It's going to take the bait. But you have to realize that these are very strong units, and against a tired general and bodyguard unit, they will take casualties. But you can see just a few. That's like what, almost 8, 9, and now they're starting to get kills on these general and bodyguard units. So they're very, very useful in that aspect, and a very fun, unique skirmisher unit to get. Meanwhile, my Thracian slingers were getting great shots off from that forest onto the backs of these avocatis, and along with my Thracian nobles, whom I put at headhunt at the end of the battle, they're going to mop up that last bit of infantry. These guys got 236 kills with a double experience chevron. That is incredible. But his general and bodyguard unit has died, his general has died, and his auxiliary cav have been attacked in the rear. This game is basically done. Thank you, Thracian Peltasts, and thank you, Thracian warriors. My Thracian nobles didn't do as well as I would have expected them to, but all in all, I'm happy that I won. These guys got 89 kills with a single experience chevron. Thracian Peltasts, wow. The other ones got 74. The only thing you got to worry about these guys is their lack of armor, and they have incredible mass to counter that fact. Well, I mean, they will lose in a skirmish-to-skirmish battle, but they will be very, very useful in these aspects, like what I've shown so far. Rear charging troops at the end of the game. They've got incredible missile damage at 41, so they're a danger as long as they are not in the face of any enemy slinger or archer fire. So let's take a look at the unit stats. 96 kills, 75 and 33 kills each for my Thracian Peltasts. Not bad. I would say, job well done bringing these guys. My Thracian Nobles, my Gen did not too bad, 123 kills, but the other guy just got 260 kills. That's fucking insane. But Thracian Warriors did almost equally as well, 145, 146, 39 and 88 kills each. The 39 unit, I think that was the one whom I set on the cavalry flank early. Yeah, I guess maybe that's not their best use. I don't know. But the others did really well, got a lot of kills. My Thracian Slingers did quite well too, 53, 43 and 41. Not bad. So all in all, it was a very balanced way to win. As in, there was no real MVP for that episode, for this battle. And I don't know, I guess maybe one of my Thracian Cav could be counted as an MVP because they proved to be a nuisance throughout the game. In terms of what Attila did wrong, I think the whole keeping his Evocades at on a flank was not really the best. Actually, that's just shit grammar. What I mean to say is the way he maneuvered his Evocades at the beginning of the game was basically a bad move on his part, and I don't know, maybe just miss micro or something. Two of his Evocades died because of that, but the others did really well. 162, 143, and 106 kills on them is not bad at all. But compare that with the Hastadi, who cost only 350. They got 69 and 50 kills each, so not bad from them too. I think maybe the only disappointment was the auxiliary Syrian archers. You should expect at least like 100 kills on these archers, especially when you're going up against a faction like Odrysian Kingdom. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this replay. Hope you enjoyed it and stay tuned for more. Peace.